Hey guys, John here from the Blockade Runner podcast, here with part 2 of our playthrough of Star Wars for the Famicom. It's been a little while since our first video here, but I'm going to get back to playing Famicom Star Wars, and we'll get our third part put up relatively quickly, and you'll have a complete kind of playthrough of the game if you'd like to check that out. So. Now, when we had last played through here, we just reunited with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're leaving some kind of planet. I don't know what. It didn't look like Tatooine to me, but maybe it was. Here I am back in the Falcon now, and taking on these TIE fighters. I learned a trick here later on in the video for using shields to get past these TIE fighters, so I'm actually pretty impressed with myself that I was able to do it without making use of that. But now I'm going down to this water planet, and I don't remember this from A New Hope either, but we get some cool stuff in this level. So I'm off to dive. I love this. First off, I'm taking on these unassuming fish here with my lightsaber. There's this underwater structure. I'd love to see what kind of species lives there, or what this is meant to be. But really what it reminds me of is kind of Theed City. Or not Theed City so much, but Otogunga and Naboo from the Phantom Menace, right down to the way Luke kind of looks like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan swimming. Even has like the mouthpiece there to help him breathe. So this is kind of cool in that regard. It doesn't have much to do with A New Hope, but I do kind of like the way it reminds me of the Phantom Menace. So continuing to grab these crystals and try to avoid some fish here, and then I have to swim down through this kind of labyrinth. I got some of those. What are those? Squid? I don't know what those are. Swim past these guys, swim down, and try to track down Darth Vader. So this took me a couple tries, but hopefully it'll be pretty streamlined here for the video. This also reminds me of Ninja Turtles on the NES and the dam level, which I'm sure many have played through, and I've played through many times. So feels pretty similar. Definitely not as tough as that was, although that's not so bad once you get used to it. Whereas this is, I think, always going to be a little frustrating. Alright, so at this point I'm going to take on the boss here. I got to swim through this arch, and then I'm gonna go fight Darth Vader again, although unsurprisingly he is an imposter once more. The last time I played the game, fought Vader for the first time, he was a scorpion, and this time if I'm able to attack him, he turns into a shark, some kind of alien shark, I guess. I don't know. Probably wasn't thought through that much, but it's tricky to stab him with the saber in just the right way. I think I'm pausing here to kind of consider my options, but I'm not sure there's a power-up that's going to help me, so just need to time an attack just right. So it's one of those things where the hitbox is not what one might hope, and so you have to get it just in the right spot. You get a giant crystal, and you swim off now to save C-3PO and R2. Well, I already got an R2 on the Sandcrawler, so apparently they were on the other side there of that watery room, and we've got them, and we're taking off in the Falcon, and we're going to get a message here from Leia. And I like this anime kind of 8-bit anime version of Leia here. I have no idea what she's telling me, but we're off. The hyperspace effect too, pretty cool considering. So here we go. The majority of the video, I think all the rest of the video this time around is going to be here in the Death Star. So gotten pretty efficient here at taking out these TIE fighters, which it's not easy. So losing a life, but gotten pretty good at taking them out. And this is definitely, there's a lot of parts of this game that are not evocative of A New Hope, but But these screens, I think, for sure are very similar kind of feeling and look. Now, inside the Death Star is pretty good. It's pretty good job of capturing an Imperial feel. Not sure what those little droids are there in terms of Star Wars, but we've got the Phasma, the Captain Phasma-esque kind of stormtroopers, big and chunky sprites, and those look really cool. So, yeah, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this Death Star environment. Again, that droid I don't remember seeing in the movie, but it's pretty cool. So this is one of those places where I need to use a power-up to float over those spikes. Didn't think it was going to be possible, and looks like it probably wasn't. So we'll try that again, maybe. So I'll make my way here across the iconic, or an iconic, I suppose, chasm here on the Death Star. Doesn't seem like I really needed to be in this room so much. And one of the things about this section of the game is that it actually is a little bit of a labyrinth here, and it takes some considerable experimentation. And I think I realized I don't actually want that power up. I prefer to have my lightsaber. So, but yeah, you kind of have to fall into certain corridors, and you know, like in this hallway, I have to choose which prison cell I want to go into to find Princess Leia. Hey, there she is, and then striking a pose similar to New Hope. I don't remember the embrace quite like this, but it's a cute blushing animation from Luke there. All right, and here is the garbage masher, the trash compactor scene. There's our Dianogah, easily taken out, and you got to call on old R2 to help you out of this one. Didn't realize that right away for sure, but yeah, R2 helps us out of a bind, or helps me out of a bind, I guess, since Han and Leia are nowhere to be found, at least on screen. And the rest of the Death Star level here is about, you know, avoiding these bouncing orbs, and finding your way from one room to the next. Occasionally fighting the kind of chrome-looking Phasma-esque stormtroopers, but it's really just, you know, staying alive and not getting lost is the idea here. I'm not sure what that like force field up there is supposed to be. This one took a little planning. Get up there. wait for the right time and see if we can make it through here. And I guess I was able to kind of play chicken with the other two orbs and wait until they passed, but this one seems like it's probably going to stick around, so just had to make my move. Those, whatever you call them, those light, I don't know if they're supposed to be lasers or what those are supposed to be, but they have almost like a vector graphic type feel, like from the Atari Star Wars, or from some of the displays in the movie on the computer screens and stuff. Unsurprisingly, some of these jumps are pretty tough timing-wise, so it takes a little bit of planning to get through successfully, and some editing, because I died a bunch here. Alright, so I'm almost here, almost clear, almost ready to get off the Death Star, but before I do, just a few more rooms to get through, across this chasm, or a similar chasm, I guess, once again, and get past these couple blasts, and then that door just went up, signifying an important moment, and here we are. I love how you can sort of see the exit, the bay there on the other side of that window or that doorway. I'm going to call on Obi-Wan here to help me defeat Vader, which is kind of a cool touch. Otherwise, I think the fight just kind of goes on forever. And actually, what happens here is, I'm attempting to defeat Vader there. I strike him, then he strikes me, so I think it's over. It is over, but I was successful, so it retained. Even though he kind of took me out there, I had another life, so I lost a life, but I was able to take him out. Now I have a message from Chewbacca. Not sure why he's not on the Falcon with me, but that is what it is. So a message from him, and I'm off in the Falcon again to my next planet. More TIE fighters to take out on the way, of course. And the blue over the screen there, that's like my shield function that I'm using. And like I said, I didn't even realize I had that until this portion of the game, but it's a lucky thing I did here, because I obviously needed it, and would have been in trouble without it. So that's going to do it for today's video. We'll be back with another installment here of Blockade Runner Plays soon. Until then, check us out at blockaderunnerpodcast.com. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. And thanks for watching.